So Zootopia 2.
Or as is known here in the lands of Sainsbury's unreasonably priced Switch 2 games as Zootropolis 2. I quite liked the original movie. It had an intriguing and compelling mystery throughout, the characters were great, especially the dynamic relationship between Nick and Judy. Some depictions of prejudice and stereotyping were quite effective at times, and the city of Zootropolis itself is such a strong and vast world, with the film's fantastic animation further bringing it to life. Although its messages could have been less on the nose and thought out more to really hammer them home, especially for such touchy subject matters in a kids movie, and since this was during Disney's random phase of bad twist villains, they dropped the ball with Merryweather despite her otherwise understandable motives, though unlike Hollins and Callahan, she just suffered from a lack of screen time. But the world of Zootropolis definitely makes a lot of sense to expand upon compared to some of Disney's other films, and the trailers were promising. Yet I got to know when to keep my mouth shut, as Walt Disney Animation Studios has had a pretty rough track record when it came to their sequels. As The Rescuers Down Under wasn't a focused mess, I still refuse to watch any of the Frozen sequels. Moana 2 was just fine if a little over-dependent on what worked with its predecessor, and as for Ralph Breaks the Internet, the less said the better.
So let's discuss if this film was a worthy enough sequel, or addition to Walt Disney Animation Studios' current blooper reel, while also discussing major spoilers in 3, 2, Nick says I love you to Judy.
To start off, the animation is great as you'd expect from the studio, and as sequels go, this film cleverly expands upon its predecessor, with Nick and Judy on the run, investigating a cover-up on the city's history involving reptiles who haven't been seen in a century. I think they did a really good job at explaining why reptiles weren't in the original film, with what could have been a lazy excuse for Disney to finesse the scale textures, ended up having a very compelling, if a little familiar backstory and mystery throughout the film, alongside seeing plenty of stunning new locations, and I'm glad it did, as I felt that the mystery and world building were the original Zootropolis' strongest attributes. There were plenty of good animal puns, visual gags, and references scattered throughout. Nick and Judy had another brilliant pair-up, putting their relationship to the test. The action sequences, particularly the climax, had me on the edge of my seat at points. Some damn good new additions like Merritt Winddancer, Nibbles, and Gary the Snake, who was a very lovable and enjoyable character, even if I did wish I saw a bit more of him on screen, given how much Disney marketed him.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Plus, the messages of prejudice among other animals are far less intrusive and on the nose than the first movie, allowing the audience to properly enjoy its story and characters, whilst further appreciating said messages. Characters from the first film like Flash, Gazelle, and Mr. Big were sparingly and logically used throughout the story, without milking them for the sake of nostalgia, plus Merryweather was a lot more evil here than she ever was in the last film, where she was, the main antagonist. But the Linksley family made for pretty good villains, namely Paulbert, who had a just as good twist of acting helpful and friendly to Judy and her investigation before betraying her in the third act, becoming the studio's best twist villain I've seen in a while. I mean, he's not as good as Long John Silver or Turbo Man per se, but my god he's Omni-Man compared to Hans Callahan and Merryweather. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film.
They did it. They broke the curse!
It took them 35 years, but Walt Disney Animation Studios finally made a good sequel to one of their films, and what's more impressive? I think it's better than the original film. Sure, it's no Empire Strikes Back, Terminator 2, or even Shrek 2, though I'd say it's more like an Inside Out 2, which expanded more of the same in strong and compelling ways. And now? I honestly wouldn't mind seeing a Zootropolis 3, especially as Nick inadvertently let everyone out of jail during the climax, and that the after-credit scene teased birds. Like, how are they not in this world already? So in closing, go see this movie, and I assure you'll leave the cinema shouting,
"It's good! It's good! It's good!"
And for ranking this film within the animated canon, I'm gonna swap out the original film and put this film above Robin Hood and below Brother Bear at 23rd place, whilst the original is now above Mulan and below Treasure Planet at 29th place. Here's my new updated tier list.
Well, those are my 2 cents on Zootropolis 2. If you've seen the film, let me know down below what you thought of it. And now if you excuse me, I'm gonna try and shut off the camera from this distance, cause I guess I'm too lazy to walk 1 meter towards it. Bye! Thanks for sticking around this long into the video, and I honestly don't know how time goes by like that, as 2025 has been a weird year for this channel in terms of views, and I know I'm not alone in that. My new shorts discussing classic Looney Tunes cartoons did really well for this channel, and has helped ease me into using DaVinci Resolve after years of using Premiere Pro, and I plan on discussing more cartoons next year. Like, I am in no shortage of them. Whereas my longer videos haven't been quite as successful as the past, likely because of that pesky algorithm. Nonetheless, I just wanted to thank you all for watching my videos, regardless of how they perform. But at least we finally got Metroid Prime 4 out this year, us Brits got the Nintendo pop-up store a while ago, and I inadvertently summoned the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection.
On top of Digital Eclipse having made more compilations in this exact style, just releasing a Tetris compilation. Please do Midway next.
And they say those Simpsons predicted everything. I may slow down a bit with making videos next year, and don't worry, I still have a few ideas up my sleeve, and I do plan on making more blogs on my LinkedIn profile. Besides, we've got plenty to look forward to in 2026. I might finally get my hands on a Switch too. We got the Super Mario Galaxy movie coming, seeing GTA 6 get delayed again, a new Avatar movie, really looking forward to that one. The Day the Earth Blew Up coming to UK cinemas, and Coyote vs. Acme, Animal Crossing getting updated out to f***ing nowhere, new Rhythm Heaven and Wolverine games, and I won't see Toy Story 5 in cinemas. I just want Pixar to make more original films. But yeah, and with that, happy holidays, thank you for watching my content throughout this bizarre year, and I'll see you all in 2026.